What's up, world? It's the Javelin Breakdown, bringing you episode 10 of the Javelin Breakdown show. As always, these episodes are brought to you by Spearworks. If you're not familiar, Spearworks produces the Raptor Javelin line, the Ghost Arrow Jab, an excellent training tool, as well as many other awesome products, and the Vibrocarbon Javelin coming out later this summer. And all season long, guys, Spearworks has been sponsoring the Breakdown Giveaway Series, where I do a free analysis for the giveaway winner each week. This week's giveaway winner will be picked on Thursday night, and so feel free to jump over to Instagram, give Spearworks a follow, and comment tagging your fellow javelin throwers for a chance to win free analysis from me. Been doing this all season thanks to Spearworks, so a big shout out to them for that and for sponsoring the show. Let's get started.
Yeah! Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Yeah!
Before we jump into javelin-related news, I want to just take a moment to acknowledge the passing of Tori Bowie. So this is the first episode since her death, and it is just unfortunate and tragic. And so I just want to acknowledge that loss that the track and field community, that her family and her friends are experiencing. If you or someone you know is struggling with any number of challenges and feels like life is too much, I just implore you to get them or get yourself connected with resources, whether it's teammates, coaches, a professor, a teacher. There are people out there willing to walk with you and support you. Your life is worth living, and I just want to encourage you with that. It's been a tough week for the track and field community. And I just want to acknowledge that here and remind you that you are loved and you are valued, and that the sport and everything in life is a journey, and there'll be ups and downs, and you are not just the number that you throw or the amount of money you make or any thing that you feel like is defining you and a crippling weight in your life. And so I just want to acknowledge that before we begin today's episode. Overall, it's been a really interesting week in the javelin community. You've got some conference meets happening last week, some conference meets coming up this week. And so on the Division I women's side, it was very quiet. On the men's side, there was some explosions. So Chris Barrett, 71 meters 66 to win his conference meet. Chris went to high school not far from me, so been pulling for him over his career and really excited to see him hopefully close his senior year strongly. So he wins his conference title. He's ranked number 22 right now in Division I. Weston McLean, big conference winning throw, 65.07, and he's capable of a whole lot more, so I'm really pumped to see what he can put together. Hopefully a massive throw at the regional meet and surprise some people. But he won't be surprising himself or the people around him who know he's capable of that. So congratulations, Weston, on the conference-winning throw, and keep after it. Lucas Frost wins his conference meet representing Rhode Island, 75.03. That's a big throw, big PR for him. So he's now number 9 in Division I. Incredible. 9 guys over 75 meters. It's just incredible. A strong showing for the rest of Rhode Island squad as well in that conference meet. James Kotowaski, 71 meters 78, a win for him, and number 21 in Division I. So, some strong throwing from Division I men this weekend. I expect to see some big fireworks from the Division I ladies and the remainder of the Division I men at the big conference meets going on in this coming weekend. Switching over to Division II, really excited to share that Bobby Maxwell PRs by several meters, 64 meters 90 to win his conference meet, and he's now ranked number 11, so he's pretty safe, I'd say, for going to nationals at Division II. So congratulations, Bobby, on the big throw. A season's best for Raheem Corby. He goes 69 meters 65 to win the MIAA conference meet, ranked 6th in Division II. Jenna Fleming of Pittsburgh State throws 45.95 to win her conference meet, leapfrogging to number 7 in Division II. Kelly Lashinsky of Bloomsburg, a freshman I might add, throws 45.28, so she's now number 10 in Division II, and she's going into the PSAC conference meet this coming weekend, and so that's a really big throw for a freshman, number 10 in Division II. Let's talk about my 3 favorite things about the Spearworks Ghost Javelin. Number 1, the weight. So at 450 grams, it's not as stiff as the 800 or 600 gram Javelin, and so with that, I'm able to take more throws in my session to work on my technique, and so that's just a big help on my body to be able to alternate between the 800 or other Javelins I have and the Ghost Javelin to, again, just get more reps in a session. Number 2 is that this Javelin is very sensitive to technical flaws, and so if you don't hit it through the point, it's not going to fly as far, but when you do, it flies very far. It's very satisfying. So it's a great tool for humbling yourself and being like, hey, you're not really hitting it through the point, so it's not going to go the distance, or you're really hitting it and it'll go really far. So it's a great tool in that capacity. And thirdly, it's customizable. With that customization, there's a number of color options for the Javelin, a number of color options for the cord, laser engraving on the point, and so there's a ton of combinations. It's really awesome. So between all that, highly recommend you check out the Ghost Javelin, which is link in the description. Check it out. Taking a look at Division 3, Rebecca Simpson goes 45.05. That's 1 centimeter under her PR, which is frustrating, but also I'm sure pretty exciting. So she's now number 5 in Division 3. Alexandra Snyder wins the MAC Conference, throws 43.83, and so she is now number 6 in Division 3. Brianna Leverance, member of the Javelin Breakdown Squad, PRs again, 43.33, number 7. Really excited for her, and she has a lot more in the tank, so stay tuned for Brianna. Brett Hogg goes 68.10. That's number 3 in Division 3. Greg Pololso wins his conference title, 66.88. Corey Stalters wins his conference title, 61.84. That's a season's best for him, and he's number 11 in D3. Andrew Diasaro PRs again, 61.59, wins his conference meet. Overall, I just think the depth of NCAA throwing is amazing this year, and so I'll have to kind of do some research at the close of the season and kind of present what the depth chart historically has shown, and what's the strongest year, and see if my gut feeling is true, which is just that these are some unprecedented numbers at an unprecedented volume, which is really cool. Taking a look at the professional ranks, Haruka Kitaguchi, who competed in more meets than anybody else last year on the circuit, in terms of someone that's really up there in the rankings, which is a bronze medalist at Worlds. This week, following her 64-meter 50 world lead, she goes 64.43, so follows it up with another tremendous throw. So my gut tells me she'll probably be throwing a lot more this season, just like she did last year, and it seemed to work out just fine for her. So she shall hopefully continue this run of great form all the way through to World Championships and more. Adriana Villegos goes 61 meters on the dot in the 3rd meet of her season, so excited to see her break over 60 this early. She is young, but she has some experience and is capable of some big throws, and so 61 at this point is a bright sign. Instagram is so cool because you see things before they're even in the system, and so not quite in World Athletics yet, but Waldo Smith goes 83.29, and so featuring that here, just a massive throw way up there in the world rankings at this point this year, so congratulations on the PR and the big throw, Waldo. Now, I'm sure a moment y'all been waiting for based on the thumbnail. Neeraj Chopra takes the win in Doha. And I thought there was going to be a 90-meter throw. I've heard some rumors allegedly that Jacob threw over 90, but it was a foul. So if anyone has any insight into that, based on what I saw from the stream, what was shown, because of course they don't show everything, which is so frustrating. Did not see that, but Neeraj taking the win, new world lead, 88.67 on his first throw. Just tremendous. He looked to be in good form and showed. And Jacob, credit to him as well, nearly overtaking him later on with the 88.63. That's a very strong throw and a sign that he's, going to be in some good form this season. Going back-to-back 88 meters is extremely impressive. Anderson Peters opening really early into the throw and still 85.88. I mean, look at this. I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see this. So just wow, 85.88 for him. There's definitely, we all know, a lot more there after he goes over 93 last year. Julian Weber, a respectable 82.62. I'm sure he was looking for more. And the rest of the field, I'm sure they're a little bit disappointed, a little bit frustrated. But again, it's early, and I'm just really excited to see all these guys hopefully improve. Concluding our show today, we have 2 throws from the people. So the first one, I got a great training throw here from Peter, so I appreciate him sharing that. And then we have a throw from Mike McCausey. So Mike competed at the Kehoe Twilight Meet at Maryland, and on his 5th round throw produced a very nice season's best, 54 meters 90, and so closing in on that personal best technique. So congratulations to Mike for the win, and just keep chasing, man, because I think you're close to that personal best. As always, guys, I appreciate you sharing your throws with me and tuning in for the show. It's just been a privilege all season. A big thank you to Spearworks for sponsoring the show. Really looking forward to this upcoming meet of big conference meets, especially for Division I athletes, as then we'll move into previewing for the NCAA regional meet and the national meets for Division 1, 2, and 3, as well as for some NAIA athletes and other divisions. And I'm sure at that point we'll see some more professional meets pop up. So we'll be talking about all those things. But until then, guys, as always, remember to enjoy the journey.